And we can get a little deeper into things that are a little bit more personal.
That's right.
So that's what we're going to do now.
Right.
Right? So, not saying.
Okay. Well,
we talk about dialysis.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, I'm a dialysis patient. And I've been a dialysis patient for 14 years, going on 14 years in May. Next month, that's deep. I don't even thinking about it. And most of the time, like I was telling A Hole, is that, you know, I do a lot of stuff to get my mind off of it. You know, it's hard to. And I got a good spiritual sense too. I got a relationship with God and everything, and I pray a lot.
Don't we all?
Yeah, and you know, and that's what gets me through. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, this time, you know, I'm talking about it because my friend that just passed away recently, nephew Mike, he used to always tell me I need to talk about it more, because I never would. I would just, you know, live my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, do whatever I had to do, reference to what I was doing, the music and everything like that, and they would help me out, drive or this and that or whatever. Sometimes when I come from dialysis or here and there, him and my boy Tuku, they both passed away, man. And, you know, it's like my health is gone. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's why I'm kind of talking about it too, because I know they're not here no more. And I think that's what they would want me to do, to talk about it now. And what I just want to say, anybody out there that have a terminal illness, you might say, that's what they call it. I don't call it a terminal illness, but I think, you know, I'm trying to get on the transfer of this anyway. You know, anybody with a terminal illness or whatever, you can still live. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you know, if your limbs working and everything, you can walk and talk and everything, and still negotiate your business and all that stuff like that, do it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it stop you. You know what I'm saying? Take the medicine that they ask you to take and keep on moving and pray with prayer and supplication. You know what I'm saying? And you'll make it. And I know you can, because I'm talking to you right now, you know. I'm right here right now.
13 years you've been
I
doing
said
this?
14.
14 years, y'all.
14, yeah, 14.
Terminal my ass, he's still going,
yeah,
man, like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, you know, and I had to pray and everything before I came up here, because I was supposed to come up here with Double G and Honcho, but they had some other endeavors going, so, you know, man, you know, I prayed about it, and I asked the Lord to give me energy to get up here, and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And once I did, you know, I stopped and got some gas, and, you know, bought me a few little snacks on the way or whatever, and came on up here, and the traffic wasn't even that bad neither. Yeah, it was traffic, but it wasn't like, you know how California traffic is, yeah, but it wasn't that deep, because sometimes, boy, you be up in that traffic for hours. I got here right on time. You said about 7:30, I was here.
Yup, sure was.
I was here. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Baby Cake till like 7:25.
Look at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's all good, man. But that, I just wanted to elaborate on that as far as the dialysis and anybody that's on dialysis, you can still live. You know what I'm saying? I'm here living proof, running a record label and everything else. You know what I'm saying? And still functioning. So if you can function, do it. You know. Because they say if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. You know, so it's real, you know. So and I go to the gym now. I've been in the gym, LA Fitness, for like the past 2 months now. And so, you know, yeah. And I still walk with my cane and everything, but it's better. You know what I'm saying? I can do it, you know. So if y'all see me about a year or so looking like Hercules, don't be tripping. Don't be tripping, you know, it's all good, you know. And then I also want to give a shout out to all the people that's still serving in the military. overseas and here, you know what I'm saying, you know. I know y'all do y'all thing, been there, done that, man, you know, understandable. And to the veterans, you know, I do, you know what I'm saying, I do volunteer, and I'm the president of, you know, City Heart Veteran Council up in Cabrillo, the old Navy housing out in Long Beach. I've been doing that for probably the past probably 3 years. And what we do, we try to make it easier for the people that's getting out. You know, try to give them different resources to get on their feet and stuff like that. Some of them either go back to work, or some of them disabled, whatever. So try to help them get their benefits if they're disabled. If they can still work or whatever, we help them, you know, get jobs. They got job resources and everything over there where I'm talking about, up in West Austin. And City Heart is, the address is 2291 West William Street over there in Cabrillo. You know, if y'all ever need to get some clothes for interviews, you know, get some food, you know, also, and just different resources they might have over there for you. They can lead you in the right direction, depends on what you're trying to do. And they have a lot of different programs over there in Cabrillo. They got the women's shelter. They got the drug program, BVCR, for people that's on drugs, or, you know, alcohol, whatever, you know what I mean? Also, they have the spirits over there where Native Americans, they got their own spot. It's just a different lot of resources over there that help you out over there. And then they mix it with the veterans and low income. And it's probably about 5,000, no, I ain't gonna say 5,000, maybe 3,000 people. And also, I forgot to tell you, now I host a radio broadcast on Tuesdays over there.
What's the name of the radio broadcast?
It's called Operation Kickback.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go to it through the app, the City Heart Love app, and you can catch all the different episodes that we had. I just had Double G on there this Tuesday just passed. But it's for the community, huh?
No, I want to get into that too.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Because as far as the veterans, you said,
it's the veterans.
You need all these resources.
Yes, exactly. You know, so if you need any of them resources or whatever, City Heart, 2291 West William Street, Long Beach, California, on the west side. Shoot through there, and they can show you better than they can tell you. Also, like I say, I do a radio broadcast over there too for the veterans and for the whole community over there. But it's also a nationwide thing too, because now I'm starting to get folks that's in jail, and different veterans overseas, and it's so cool now, But it started off as an idea, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And what I usually do, my regular broadcast, what I usually do is when I come in, I get with my coordinator. His name is Jorn. I call him Mix Master Jorn. I get with him and I do a playlist, about 5 songs. And what I do, I give him the 5 songs, and then I kind of talk around the 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? I might talk about, but what I do, I keep up with my current events before I get there, on the news and stuff like that. What's going on in the news with the politics, with the veterans, with the medical, and whatever's going on, or whatever. I try to keep in touch with them, or whatever. But I do everything I talk about everything on the veteran side perspective, not my own, but as if somebody else was, another veteran was saying,
Right.
Or whatever, you know, so I talk it that way. So I don't never use my own opinions, and I'm not a biased person with it.
So it's kind of like a little bit of Good Morning Vietnam mixed with your K-Day.
Yeah, exactly.
And then K-Day experience the Good Morning Vietnam had a baby.
Right, and then actually I play my music too.
Okay.
Yeah, all the time, because my stuff is all on, you know, because it's got to be registered and all that stuff. So
right.
My stuff registered like everybody else. So it got to be under ASCAP. That's what it got to be under ASCAP.
Right.
So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I play a lot of my, you know. I didn't even play some of your music already. I know, you know.
You're looking out.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I show love to everybody, man. You know, that's what we're supposed to be here for. They don't supposed to be, you know. A lot of folks be on that hating stuff, man. You know, or it's an ego thing. That's why a lot of people don't be out and come out and stuff like that, because they're afraid somebody's going to outshine them and stuff like that. If you're already doing something, you should have your own shine in the first place.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth about it. You shouldn't be worried about my shine. I ain't trying to do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? You can go. You know, just like, you know, when we do shows and everything like that, and people would be all, I ain't going first. Man, I go first. Right? You got me messed up.
Exactly.
Because if you think about it, when you go to the show, it's two people you're gonna remember. The first and the last.
Right.
There you go.
You're gonna remember that. You know what I'm saying? So why not be first, man? And then I set the bar high. You know what I mean? I get up there and I perform or whatever. And I set it high that where you gonna have to come with your A game.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, since y'all didn't want to go first, you know, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
That mic gonna be hot.
Hot than fire.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
artists.
Yes. Okay, Double G. Yes, Double G is one of my artists on Rhyme Rocca Entertainment. We're working on this EP right now. He got a few songs. I got about 3 songs out right now on all digital outlets. So, what is Every Day We Play? Yaya with featuring Nephew Mike, and G Shit featuring me. I'm on there too with him on the G Shit. So. Them the 3 that's out, but we working on a whole EP for him where he come out with some more music and stuff, and so we in the lab with him right now. He getting this stuff going, you know. And everybody else I done work with, like I say, Nephew Mike. Matter of fact, Pipeline Coalition just put out a project of Nephew Mike's all the singles that he came out with, you know.
The lost singles, right?
Yeah, the lost singles, there you go.
Singles,
The lost singles, yeah, y'all can check that out. Pipeline Coalition. So that's out too.
Rest in peace, Nephew Michael.
Yeah, rest in peace, Nephew Michael. And he always gonna be a Rhyme Rocca, man. He made sure that, you know, we just didn't put Rhyme Rocca on the map and make it a household name. We also put Linwood on the map. Because nobody never talked about Linwood, man, you know. We right there in the middle of Compton and Watson. Compton and Watson, you know, they gonna do their thing.
Ain't that where Suge's from originally?
Well, no, Suge. No, he went to Linwood High.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Suge
He
Knight.
but he was from Compton. But it's a lot of people from Compton and Watson that go to Linwood.
Linwood High.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm
like
saying?
how people from Inglewood go to Westchester High.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
same
you
type
know.
of shit.
Yeah, so yeah, you know. Yeah, so we can go through that all the time. Leslie Jones, Serena and them didn't go to Linwood. They went to Compton.
Oh, okay.
But they
Shout out to
stayed
Serena,
here, you
yeah.
know. But like I say, Linwood and Compton is right next door, man, you know. Sometimes it's divided by streets, you know. Or whatever. You can, one side will be Compton, the other side will be Linwood, you know, so. But the deal is, you know, we can't expect Compton and Watson, LA to just be talking about Linwood all the time. It's up to us to make our own noise.
Yep.
So that's where, you know, I come in right now. Shout out to Marvdog. Me and Marvdog been talking. And we're about to come out with a few things to elevate a lot of stuff, to really put Linwood on the map. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's one of our missions, you know. But like I say, it ain't even And then, you know, with everything, you know, about Linwood is that we got to bring the black and brown together. But that's the only way it's going to work. So we figured it out. Whatever. It's just a matter of time of us seeing who's who and who's doing what. Because I work with one group already called Street Props. They're originally from Linwood, but they also from Mexico too. In Sonata, I've been down to Mexico. Me and nephew Mike, we done been down there and performed and everything with them, you know. And I work with them. I even get some of my music from them to this day. I don't stop messing with them at all. But they might, you know, but they're a little bit older now too. You know, they not. I ain't gonna sit there and say they're not young no more.
So what was it like performing your music down in Mexico? How did that go?
Hey man, you know something? Mexico got their own get down. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, you know, just imagine hip hop. You know, it's a difference between going to a hip hop show and to a rap show. You know what I'm saying? Rap show, everybody trying to be gangster and all this other stuff, whatever, you know, Cuz Blood, all this other stuff, you know, and everything. But a hip hop show, you know, that's straight up hip hop, DJing, beatboxing, rapping, graffiti, all this other stuff. And you know what I'm saying? The original roots of hip hop, that's what that is, you know.
The elements.
Yeah, the elements. So yeah, the culture itself, you know. So it's a difference between both. Over here, you know, it's all about the money and all that, the bling bling and all this stuff. Over here, it's all about the love and the roots and the foundation of everything, whatever, you know. Now, every now and then you have them come together, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, usually it's always kind of separate. I can say that much. I've always seen them separate. I've never seen them together. I've never seen, you know, KRS-One and, who can I say, and DJ Quick on the same ticket.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen that before. You know, they always kind of separate, and that's cool, you know. Because that's just another side of hip-hop. You know, even if it's rap or whatever, you know, rhythm and poetry, that's just what it is, you know. But, you know, it's, you know, like I say, when the money came into it, it kind of changed everything up in the first place. You know, but, hey, man, you know, if you love it, you love it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? You know, till I ain't here no more, they gonna say, if I was to go tomorrow, they gonna say, yeah, Roc Box, love him some hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's all I gotta say right now. Reference to the, you know, Double G music coming out soon. You can catch him performing too. I'm usually with him. We might be, matter of fact, I think we're performing this weekend up in LA with Silky D and them over at the cause is for autism.
Okay.
Yes, for autism, and it's going to be at the 5 Point off of Western. Is it Figueroa? I think it's Florence.
Florence. Oh, that's right down the street from my crib.
Yeah, it ain't that far. Matter of fact, yeah, it's right down the street from your. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
It is. Yeah, it is. Right down Western and
Florence. Yeah, that's the
right. You know that ain't it a Burger King? His name is Burger
Jack in the Box right there.
Jack in the Box right there, right next door. That's where it's at.
Okay, man.
And then we have all the graffiti in the alley and all that.
Oh yeah. How about that?
Yeah, so we're supposed to go down there on Sunday. Yeah, and then one of my cousins having a birthday party at Linwood Park, so I'll probably stop by there before I go out there.
She got the key.
Yeah.
She has the key.
Yeah, so you know, that's about everything in a nutshell right there, man.
Suave.
So we're gonna play this track and we're gonna come back with more Capt A Hole.
Okay.